Hello there, my name is Rungai and I'm a long-time speedrunner of Need for Speed Most Wanted, and I've been thinking about making a tutorial on the final chase for quite a long time now, but never actually got around to it. One thing that a lot of runners, new runners especially, have problems with is the final chase sequence and in 90% glitches, as it's kind of a mystical being, mystical creature. We don't have any tutorials on it currently in either text or video form, and this is actually kind of a major glitch. It saves you around 2.5 to 3 minutes compared to normal gameplay, and it is actually very crucial for the 90% glitches category. So I thought it was about time we actually made a tutorial on it. Well, today I'm gonna bring a VOD from my current world record as of the recording of this video, the 3:23:39, and I'm gonna watch and pause along the way and just talk about what I do, how I do it. One thing you have to know in advance, as you can see, inputs are on the screen at all times. If you want to see what I press at what time, everything is going to be available right there. And all you have to know is I use the slowest but the safest method available. There are riskier methods that save around 5 to 10 seconds, but at this point of the run, like right in the end of it, in a game which involves heavy RNG and a lot of breaking points where the run could just end, I do not feel that those 5 to 10 seconds are worth it, and that is why I use this method. This is also the easiest to learn, to be honest. So this is what I would recommend for new runners to learn. But let's not waste time. Let me get around to it. So obviously, I start the video here on the final Razor race on race 5. You end it right here at the carnival in front of the Ferris wheel. I'm just gonna adjust the volume a little bit because I have music playing during this VOD. So let's go. You end the race. Hooray. And now you're ready to do the final chase. So here you go. Heat 6 cops right behind you. You spawn in this area, and I want to pause right this second already. As you can see, cops are going to be right behind you, right there, and you have a pursuit breaker in front of you. So the objective is, in the final chase sequence, is get to the dockyard, go out of bounds, hit the rock at the perfect angle, and just get to the bridge. I start this whole sequence by destroying this pursuit breaker right here, right on the screen. And you want to do that just to make sure that these guys die right that instant. Make sure nobody hits you when you turn around and start making your way towards the dockyard. So I'm gonna unpause the video and show you how it turns out. Lots of dead. And what you can see in the meanwhile, I'm slowing down, going under this little overpass and turning around like this. The cops would have a hard time following you in here, so this actually makes it very safe to turn around and start heading towards your next objective, which is the dockyard, obviously. One guy survived, that's no biggie. You can just go on your merry way. He's not gonna stop you. But now you get to this point. One thing you have to know about this bridge, sometimes when you get around here, you will see two heavy SUVs coming right at your way. Don't be afraid. If you get to this point, you probably already know that you can juke the heavies. But if you don't know yet, then what you want to do is, let's say I see the heavies coming my way, I'll steer a bit to the left, and when they are getting very close to you, just start immediately steering to the right. Even use a bit of speed breaker if you have to. The thing is, the heavies won't be able to react as fast. They won't be able to steer in the other direction fast enough. And you can just dodge them and go on your way. So let's say you had a couple of SUVs coming your way, you dodged them, great. And now you get to this point. You may actually have spikes spawn here. One thing you have to know is the spike will always be here. So obviously there are gonna be like 3 guys here. Hit 1 or 2 of them. Doesn't matter, you don't need the bounty in this chase. Just make sure you go through the roadblock unscathed if it spawns. But here I actually did not have it, so I'm just zooming full speed. And now this is the part where you want to take a right turn right there for the out of bounds sequence. As you can see, I do this full speed as well. Nobody here to harass me in the meanwhile. And I slow down here as that is our next objective. That door right over there. That is where I'm gonna go out of bounds and head towards the rock. And now there are 2 methods to do this. The first method that you're gonna see in this video is the look back / pullback camera method. The pullback camera, or somehow I sometimes call it the carbon OTC camera, is, in my personal opinion, better as it does not slow the game down, but you can also use the speed breaker for this. So what you want to do here is literally just press pullback camera and look back camera at the same time when you're right near or right on the garage door. And if you do it correctly, then when you look back, when you press look back, your camera will clip inside the thing. It will actually clip inside the garage, and then you kind of have to have a slight dented angle with your car to actually get inside. Something like this, for example, that you can see here. But let's see how it pans out. So, as you can see, I didn't get in first try. If that happens, like I do here, just keep spamming look back until the camera clips in. And when it clips in, just keep wiggling the car, just keep steering left and right until it actually goes inside. But this was actually quite decent. I got it very fast. So now you're in the garage. What to do next? Well, turn right. Immediately turn right, like in the harshest way possible. And let's see what happens. You actually get reset. That is completely normal. If this happens, then just do the same thing again, actually. And if you get reset a second time or a third time, then it means your angle wasn't right. So just calm down, reverse a little bit, and steer a bit more to the right. And it should work. Here I actually got it first try, and now I'm heading towards the rock. Here at this part of the map, you want to keep following the road above. So you want to actually look at your minimap to see where the walls are and where the road is, or just look here above, because the word collision is still active. So if you hit that wall underground, then you obviously hit the wall. You're gonna slow down, and you don't want to do that. This is a speedrun. So I keep following the road like this up until this point, because these pillars, let's just call them pillars, I don't know what they are, honestly. Let's just call them pillars for the sake of this video. So these pillars don't have collision anymore, and you can just cut your way through here. This little part does not have collision at all, so you can just Noom right past. And I start kind of following the road around here again, because you can see this tunnel right here. You usually do Jules' camera here, right a bit at the beginning of Jules' chapter. While these tunnel walls have collision, so you don't want to go through that, obviously. Just keep following the road here. Just keep following. Right like this. See, I'm going through like this, and now just head out right into the open sea. And now comes the hardest part, actually landing the jump. I have a lot of speed right here, 344. You actually want to do this jump with, I would say, 310 at least. You want to gather at least 310 kilometers. And one thing that I usually do is, see this rock here? So this rock here has two seagulls on it, and I use this floating little rock to align the core up with that little part of the rock right over there. I usually take the center or a bit to the right side of this floating piece of rock, gather as much speed as I can, and just yeet the car in this angle. You usually hit that part, but yeah, I did a bit of a funnier angle, and you're gonna see the car flip once. It was actually kind of scary, but I did actually make the jump. But all you have to know is you want to gather as much speed out here on the open sea, turn around, gonna use a bit of nitro, align yourself up with that part of the rock, full speed, ram it as hard as you can, and boom, the car grips again, and you're out of bounds. And now you can start heading towards the bridge. Well, one note. You see this little part of the highway here? Well, you want to make sure you do not get on that part. You wanna come here. You wanna come through here, because word collision is still active in this area, and obviously that will lose you time. So what I recommend is just steer the car a little bit to the left, and there we go. Smooth, full speed. Now all you have to do for now, for the next 30-40 seconds, is just make sure you do not get back in bounds yet, because you're obviously gonna have to do all this again. So I'm just gonna use a tiny bit of nitro. It doesn't use much. It doesn't really help much. But it's whatever. We're getting to the end of the run. Like, losing a little bit of nitro here doesn't matter. But I'm already kind of preparing for the very last stunt, aka getting back in bounds, clipping back in bounds. One thing you have to know about this particular road where you're gonna clip in is you obviously are coming with a lot of speed, and sometimes what people do is they just yeet the car in bounds. I think that's dangerous, as if you flip on this road, you cannot reset yourself at all. Not even the game, not even the reset button, nothing will help you. The only thing you can do is pray that a cop just rams into you full speed. That has happened to me once in the 2.5 years that I've speedrun this game so far. It has only happened once. So just just start slowing down right here like this so you can gauge where you are compared to the road. As you can see, I'm kind of lined up pretty well. Clip back in bounds. And now comes a very tricky part, actually landing the jump and triggering the cutscene. As far as I remember, it should be around 180 kilometers to trigger the cutscene, but there is a tricky part about the bridge. So I'm gonna pause it right here. See this little dent? How angled the bridge becomes? If you hit it with a lot of speed, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna lose you speed. And see, I have 209 right at this point. So what I usually do, because I don't just I don't just do a 180 gather speed and do the bridge like this. I just yeet the car at it instantly, immediately. So what I do instead is right at this point, right where the bridge gets this angle, I just hit the speed breaker. And that way, as you can see, I get the black screen, which means that I successfully triggered the cutscene. Bam, game is done, speedrun's over. But this is what you have to know. If you don't have like 230 kilometers at least, just you want to be safe, trigger the speed breaker before you get on that this part of the bridge, and you should be fine. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do all of this again from scratch. You obviously don't want to do that. But as you can see, it was successful, cutscene has been triggered, and the speedrun is done. And that would be an example on how to do the out of bounds sequence in Most Wanted. I don't think there's anything else that I should talk about regarding the final chase sequence. If there's anything that I may have missed, or if you have any questions, then feel free to hit me up in the comments below, or hit us up on Need for Speed Speedruns Discord, or hit me up on speedrun.com or any of my social media that I have on speedrun.com, Twitter, Discord. Feel free to hit me up there with any questions you have. And if you like this tutorial, then do tell me, because I actually may do tutorials on the whole game. We don't have any video tutorials on speedrunning the game at all, any percent glitches or NMG, any categories. And I think it could may be a good idea, but I don't know if there's any demand for it. So if you think you would like that, if you are interested in the game, then please do tell me in the comments, and we'll see what we can do about it. I would love to make a tutorial series if there's enough people who care about that. So that will be it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this helps people, as this is quite a tricky section of the speedrun. If this helps even just one person, I'm already happy about it. And before the video ends, I'm just gonna show you the whole thing in one go. But from me, that would honestly be it for today. So thank you for watching. I'm just gonna pull this footage right back to the beginning and just show you the full sequence in one go. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.